This is Chapter 7, Lesson 7.1. This is the second video for Lesson 7.1. We're going to be on pages 223 to 224. We're learning how to write algebraic expressions. And the last one, we learned some new terms. Make sure you know those. You should know the term algebraic expression, term, and variable, and what each one of those means. Now we're going to move on to doing this same basic idea, except we're going to use multiplication. So we're on page 223. Here we go. Up towards the top of the page, read along with me. There are 12 crackers in each box. How many crackers are there in two boxes? So that's a pretty simple problem, right? We're just doing 2 times 12. And so there would be 24 crackers. Always put a label with your answer. 24 crackers all together. Okay, but part B says there are Z crackers in each box. How many crackers are there in 4 boxes? If we don't know how many crackers are in each box, then we're going to use this variable or a letter, which is going to be the letter Z in this case. Cross that Z. And Z is in 4 boxes. So we have to multiply that times 4, and that gives us the total number of crackers. Now, this part right here, remember, is an algebraic expression, okay? Another way of writing Z times 4 when we get into algebra is 4Z. Now, we always put the number before the letter. We never write Z4. That just looks weird to me after doing algebra for so many years, but don't do it that way, only this way. If you put a number next to a letter, it means you multiply them together. And if you think about it, that really makes sense. 4Z means 4 of the Z's, or 4 of these groups of crackers in this case. All right, turning the page on to 224. We're going to use variables to write division expressions now, not just multiplication. I should have written this up here too, but also division. So here we go. Letter A, a 12-inch rod is divided into 3 parts of equal length. What is the length of each part? So you know what? Let me get rid of this stuff here. All right, so that would be 12 inches, and we're splitting that 3 ways. And so each part would be 4 inches. Always put a label with your answer. Part B, a rod length of W inches is divided into 7 parts of equal length. What is the length of each part? So same idea, except we don't know the length of the whole rod. So we're going to call that, what's it saying? W. We're going to call that W, and we're splitting the W length into 7 parts. So this is my expression, this is my variable, and both of these are terms. W and 7 are both terms. All right. Another way to write division, as I've been teaching you over and over again, is like a fraction. So W divided by 7 is the same thing as W over 7. That should be really easy for you to know by now because we've been doing that so much. And that's why I taught it to you that way, so that when we got to some more complicated, algebra stuff, bam, super easy. Okay, pause the video and do number 4. And then turn the video back on after you've done number 4. Make sure you write it down. Here we go. Bottom of page 224. Number 4. I should write that here. Number 4. It says the product, which is the answer to a multiplication problem, is a product. The product of Z and 6. All you have to do is write 6Z or 6 times Z. I prefer this because it's just quick and simple. Number 5, go ahead and pause the video, do number 5, and then turn it back on. Number 5, the quotient, which is the answer to a division problem, of W and 8. Now, whatever they list first would go first in the division problem. So that would be W divided by 8 or W over 8. Again, I prefer the quick and simple way of doing it, writing it as a fraction. Okay, pause the video, do number 6, and then turn it back on to see if you got it right. I'm going to erase these. Here we go, number 6. We're almost done. Mia bought a pair of shoes for $P. She also bought a dress that cost 5 times as much as the shoes, and a belt that cost 1/4 of the price of the shoes. A, find the cost of the dress in terms of P. Well, if it costs 5 times as much as P, then it costs 5P, because that means 5 times P. And that would be A. And then B, find the cost of the belt in terms of P. And that would be 1/4 times P. And believe it or not, if you find 1/4 of a number, aren't you dividing it by 4? So that would be P over 4. Now let me prove that to you. 1/4 times P is the same thing, which is this one right here, is the same thing as 1/4 times P over 1, right? Because P is some number. You put it over 1, it's just still P. And in order to multiply fractions, 1 times P is P, and 4 times 1 is 4. And look at that right there. You might want to watch that part a couple times, let that sink in, because that's really going to help you as you get more and more advanced on your algebra. All right, that's it, and you're moving on to the guided practice now. Have a good day.